afternoon, my name's Hippie Swift and in front of me here is my lightweight bikepacking setup. You may ask yourself why so lightweight, but it's because I actually plan to break 2 world records later in 2018. The first thing you'll notice is my cook setup on the back. This is very quick and easy to get on and off the bike. There's just a couple of loops and tassels, and then this security bit of velcro down the bottom here. Then it's freely off. You can take the other straps off and that, and then that is MSR Titan pot, Keith cup made out of titanium again, and a little Alox stove which runs on methylated spirit or denatured alcohol. Next you have a rear light on the back, very nice and handy. Also on the top here you have a little clip that I've put on myself, but it's very nice and handy. Elasticated bungee cord which I normally put my snug pack vest or something or jumper under there, if not my waterproof clothes. Inside the bag, it's very nice and compact in here. First thing out is actually my snug pack adventure racing sleeping bag, which I've found absolutely ideal for most situations that I run into here in the United Kingdom, but I don't see why it won't go down to -5 or temperatures like that. Next thing out of the bag is a military DPM camouflage tarp, very cheap and very lightweight, well worth having, and it makes your life a lot more comfortable after a long day on the road, especially if you don't just like bivvy camping or anything. You can put this over you for a bit of protection against wind and rain and that sort of thing. Item number 3 out of the bag is my snug pack underlads. These are very nice and cosy. I wear these in the evening, or if it's too cold on the bike in the morning, I chuck these on quickly until I'm warmed up, then put them back in my bag. What I use these for mainly is just to get changed into in the evening, so it's a bit more cosy and a bit more stinging little protection. Fourth item out of the bag is a OEX Traverse IMX mat. This is an inflatable mat, in other words you have to blow it up yourself. It's not a self-inflating mat, but to be fair, for the compactness of this mat, it's absolutely ideal. I've used this 2 or 3 times now and it hasn't let me down yet. The best part about this mat is, as it's so lightweight and compact, your entire setup and kit in your bags will now actually be a lot more compact and look a lot neater on the bike. Final thing out of the bag, just a caramel bivvy bag. Nothing unusual there. If you don't know what bivvy bag is, get one, it's well worth it. It's more or less just a giant bin liner type thing that goes over your sleeping bag to keep the wind and rain out. With the seat pack out of the way, let's take a look at the frame bag. First thing out, nice and handy for cold mornings, cold evenings. This is actually a Snug Pack insulated vest. This is Adventure Racing Vest by Snug Pack, and this is actually the second part of a 2-part system for the Adventure Racing sleeping system. This paired up with the Adventure Racing sleeping bag from Snug Pack, you can take it down to temperatures of -5. I really highly recommend these, and they're very lightweight and compact. Next thing in this frame bag, very nice and handy, is a ProViz Reflect 360 raincoat. Well, it's not meant to be waterproof. It's got holes in the back for breathability type thing, as you can see there. It's all rolled up at the minute, but I like to have that. There's a lot of wind protection and it's very lightweight, and the best part is you're always going to be warm, seen and safe on the road, as drivers of vehicles can see this glowing up in the night time very easily. So I highly recommend the ProViz 360 jackets. Next thing out of the bag is little notepad and pen. Very handy for just jotting down place names in a row, and mileage type thing is how I normally navigate, just along with the map. Next thing out is the actual map. It's a very rough guide, this one. This is just a Sustrans England map. It goes very large, it all unfolds and that, and this just shows a rough idea, rough guide type thing of all the national cycle routes that Sustrans made. It's very nice and handy, so I highly recommend for everyone to go on Sustrans website and download a few of these maps just so you have some spare. Next thing out, I've got some tent pegs. There's 5 tent pegs, 4 I need for the military basher tarp, whatever you want to call it, and I've got 2 or 3 little guide ropes. I normally have 3, but I'm actually using one to hold the tripod up to my bike at the minute. But yeah, there's nothing else in here. All that fits nice and snugly in the main compartment. I really like these Lotus frame bags. I've had Lotus 2.5–3 years nearly now, and I've had no issue with even the cheaper models. These aren't exactly expensive, they're still one of the cheapest versions on the market, and many people use them, but there's hardly any reviews except for mine, but I highly recommend them. A great feature of this bag is this bottom zip here. You can actually unzip it and lower this bag so it actually gets 3.5–4 litres more capacity in it if you're on a mountain bike or something like that, preferably. I've got a big 750ml bottle down here at the minute, so I'm not actually able to undo it all the way, as it interferes with the bottle cage and the bottle top, sorry. So I'm not able to do that, although I have no issue with it because everything I need in here can fit in here with a bit more room for a few food items and maybe even a small water bottle or something like that. So in the right hand side of the frame, all I've got in here, nice little pocket here, very nice and handy. I've got a puncture repair kit for my sleeping mat, bivvy bag, or my military tarp basher, whatever you want to call it. Just some material and a bit of material glue in there to stick anything that gets holes in it, apart from my rear tyres and inner tubes. But for my inner tubes, I like to use these slime scabs. These are just more or less a temporary fix, but I like to do these rather than spend half an hour on the side of the road waiting for glue to dry, so they're very nice and handy. Other thing in here, well, it's the only other thing, this is a 500 lumen Olight head torch. This is USB chargeable, very nice and lightweight, and all of my items are USB chargeable, and I take a 20,000 milliamp hour battery bank also. In the top tube here, this is where I keep my inner tubes normally. I'll normally take two Continental 28–34mm inner tubes, and they sit at the back there. I've got my keys. This is disabled toilet key, padlock key, a waterways key to get fresh water along canals, that type of thing. And for the actual cockpit of the bike, first off you can see some Comego carbon fibre bars. These are extremely lightweight. There's no adjustment whatsoever, you'll just have to set them however far apart you'd like, and they sit there nice and handy just for a few more hand positions. Most of the time I'm just sitting like that on them, a bit more aero and tucked in to my body with my elbows type thing, and they do a nice little job of providing lots and lots more hand positions while out on the road, so you're not getting cramp, backache, neck ache or anything like that. It's very nice and handy, and it plays it safe for any back injuries. Another thing you'll notice, I've actually got my GoPro on the front here. This is a nice little adjustable mount from GearBest. This is a GUB or G-U-B they spell it, little mount. This actually attaches onto your front headset here by the two main bolts themselves. There's no issue at all with that mounting on there. As long as you do it up correctly and use a bit of lock thread when you're doing it, it will never come undone. And all you do to adjust it is undo the screws on the side of it, and then adjust it left to right or up and down as much as you like. I like to have it a little bit looser so I can move it up and down like that. But as I said a minute ago, if you put the lock thread on it, you can have the screw a little bit loose and it won't wriggle and unscrew when you're cycling along over the bumps and that type of thing. Down here you can see a little red bar extender just holding my two main lights. The lights themselves are a Moon Comet variety. They're about 25 quid in the United Kingdom, that type of thing, which is about $35. Under here we've got a nice big moonshine light, which is a 1400 lumen light, and it's absolutely amazing how bright it is even during the daytime, but everyone's seeing you when that's coming towards you. I've got that mounted just under there, upside down type thing. It's waterproof, USB rechargeable light, so there's no issues at all, and it's a nice firm click action when it actually clicks in the mount, so there's no issues with that. All of these lights are just strapped on. This one's actually permanently strapped on there with an Allen key and a couple of cable ties around the back here, just so no one runs off with the mounts or anything like that when I'm popping in the shop. GoPros I can just unhook quickly, take them out, and then take them to the shops whenever I like, when I'm stopping in town or city or anything like that. I do have a padlock which actually goes in my main frame pack as well. But yeah, that's more or less everything on my bike. Right, so that's everything on my bike for this world record, apart from, of course, can't forget my little camel bag. This little bag has helped me out lots on all my trips and journeys around the United Kingdom. This is just a little fold-up bag. And this bag is actually a 20-litre rucksack. I use this for food and water along the way when I run out of room, because you will run out of room in your bike at some point buying things along the way. So yeah, if you have any comments, questions or feedback, leave it in the comments box below. If you like any of the products from GearBest or Lotus Bags or any other company like the Snugpak or Provis kit, in the description box below you can find all the relevant links to the websites and Amazon listings for all these products. Till next time, stay safe and hope you find peace.